What's up, guys? What's up? What's up? What's up? Oh, what is that? Shotgun cards. More tool bags. Tool bags. James Kroll, what's up? Sam Carroll, 1934. Our Lover 1, what's up? Cam Peoples. Rings, yeah, we got some shit done today. We got a lot of shit done. Got a good workout in. We got the auger back from Kubota. We're ready to drill holes in the ground. We've got all the trees unloaded out of the trailer. I've got 275 or 350, I don't remember how many unrooted or bare roots. We got to put those in. That's going to require a mini excavator and to cut a couple of swales on a 0% grade. So we're ready. Got some planters moved around to kind of see how I want to set them up before we put all the weight in them. Did that tonight. Roberts, what's up? Bowman, what's up? WebDad, how are you? I paid the toll. I pressed the thank you, man. Thank you. Love day. I'm fucking tired. I am tired. I just told Amanda that. She's like, yeah, no shit, I'll bet you are. Tired. Went and bought 3 raised garden carts at Tractor Supply, the ones with the wheels like you have, putting them together. Chuck, man, you'll love them, buddy. Word of advice, when you put them together, don't use electric tools to start with, right? It comes with the little bullshit Allen key, because if you use impact stuff, you will strip them out super fast. So put the first together by hand, and then I use a ratcheting wrench, and I use a ratcheting wrench with, I can't remember, I think just a socket that has like an Allen key in it, I think is what I use. You'll like them, man. You know what? That's why my fucking legs are hurting. I was just thinking, man, my calves are sore because I was moving around those rolling carts. And the handle on there, it's not long enough, right? So when you pick it up, it eats the shit out of your shins when you walk. So you'll tippy-toe. You'll find yourself tiptoeing. Nice night in Tennessee. It is very nice. I think it was full moon last night. It's very bright out. Lone Star, what's up, man? Josh Tharp, what's going on? Reem, how are you? You're going to like those carts, dude. You're going to like them. I'm adding more of them, too. That's not a smoking Indian. That's a damn totem pole thing that's huge. Sam, it's over 8 feet tall. Whoever had it, wherever they had it before I got it, they had to cut. They had to cut this so that it would fit, and it's every bit of 8 feet. It's over 8 feet. It's heavy too. I'm sure it's more than one piece of wood, but it sure looks like it's one piece of wood. They have 2 Bigfoot also. One's got tits on it, so it's like a girl Bigfoot and a boy Bigfoot, and they're the exact same height. I think I'm gonna buy both of those. I won't be heartbroken if I go back and they're gone, but they've been there a long, long time. Looks like they have big wheels on them. Chuck, they have okay size wheels. Moving them around on concrete will work great. Moving them around on gravel will take their toll over time. So don't plan on moving them a lot. What brand soil? So Byron, I put in Miracle Grow, and I use Miracle Grow like planting soil, potting soil, and Miracle Grow in-ground soil, and I mixed them because the in-ground is less expensive. I put some that are just all Miracle Grow potting soil, and then I did some that were all in-ground soil, and then I mixed some, And then I got Fox Farms because it's a lot better. It has a lot of living nutrients in it instead of just urea, which is what's in the Miracle Grow. It's just all piss. So I did the Fox Farms, and I did some 100% Fox Farm soil. And a lot of guys said it's hot. It's still hot. And then I did some that were Miracle Grow shitty soil mixed with Fox Farms, just to cut the cost down, because a pallet of it was like $2,000 almost. I think I paid $2,000 for 50 bags. I think maybe it was 14 or 1,600. I don't remember. And I say all that to say this: I didn't notice a difference in any of them. I did not fertilize at all this year. All the vegetables you guys saw on any video last year or any photos, all the jalapenos we did, I mean, we did a ton of stuff, and we canned a lot of shit. But I didn't fertilize any. This year, I'm taking all the rabbit poop, compost. It's been composting for over a year, most of it, and I'm top dressing the bed. I'm not gonna mix it in. When I cut all of the dead plants out just a couple weeks ago, I didn't pull any of the root structure out. I left everything in place, and I'm going to take and just put a couple inches of that rabbit manure compost on top, and I'm gonna just use a little spade shovel, and I'm just gonna cut a hole and put my starts in those beds. Got feed home unloaded. John, you do that with a tractor, right? You do that with forks. You don't unload that shit by hand, right? What's the name of the company that makes the belts with hidden compartments and other survival? Bob, Wazoo Survival. And tell those guys I sent you. They're good dudes. He's got some YouTube videos too. Extra small pouches ordered. Right on. We built a bunch of those today. I used some Miracle Grow potting and container soil mix with decent results. Byron, I've had good results. It will just, you'll kill it really fast. Your plants will suck all the nutrients out, and you'll basically have dead soil. So to fix that, you can get a compost pile going yourself. Get some rabbits. The rabbit shit is worth more than the rabbits. That rabbit poop, man, I'm telling you, rabbit shit, just put it on top of your beds and water through. You can also just take, if you have somebody with rabbits, get a couple of shovelfuls of rabbit poop, put it in a 10-gallon bucket, 5-gallon bucket. Just put, 4 or 5 inches in a 5-gallon bucket, fill it with water, let it soak for a few days, and that's rabbit manure tea. And you can water with it just like you do with Miracle Grow or anything else. Also, if you go out into the woods, if the forest line, but John, I live in the city. Go to a city park anywhere. Go out where there's a bunch of trees. Rake the leaves back. You can do it with your foot. Get a little shovel. Fill up a 5-gallon bucket of just the first few inches under those trees of soil. Mix that into your garden bed. It has all kinds of living organisms in it. It'll bring life to your soil. Do you recommend any particular plate carrier to complete your M4 micro rig? Joseph, everybody's stuck on the plate carrier. Get a plate carrier that fits you comfortably and does realistically what you want to do. More importantly is the plates. Look at polymer plates, look at HESCO plates, look at good quality plates. As far as the rig, just get one that fucking works, man. Get one, number one, what can you even get? Make sure it's got the clips up top so that you can use the little Swift clips or the repair clips. And then a Velcro on the face. And if you want one with a cummerbund, make sure it has a cummerbund that comes with it or works with it. I have grapple on the tractor, right on. I need to get some rabbits. I have compost pile at home and starting to compost operation at work. Byron, man, Marketplace or Craigslist, just look up Meat Rabbit. There's some great Backyard Meat Rabbits is a good group on Facebook. A lot of little sniveling bitches in there. You would swear these bitches can't have kids and they have rabbits instead. It's like that. But good information. And you'll probably find some people in your area or close enough. But if you look on Craigslist and also Marketplace, look up Meat Rabbits. Like we have West Tennessee Farm and Small Animal as a group. that's pretty active and pretty good. I'm sure you have one near you for that, like farm animals, homesteading groups also. But if you look on Craigslist, look up meat rabbits, and also look up, if you don't find much, there's a category to the left side on Craigslist that's communities, and there's a pet community. And when you go in there, you'll find a whole bunch of animals in there that you don't see, that won't come up in a search. Is a sling bag large enough for a 17-inch laptop? It absolutely is not. No, it's not. Can I see your trees that came in? Bob, I haven't opened them yet. I haven't unwrapped them. I'm sure they look like little dead trees, probably, because they're not in a very big box. Not for as many trees. Maple syrup, growing gourmet mushrooms. This is very cool. Mushrooms is something that everybody can do too. Mushrooms is really easy to do. This is the box right here. I haven't even opened it yet. Free Soil, Michigan. Used to raise New Zealand breed. They're large and heavy. Yeah, I got New Zealand and California. Same damn rabbit, just a different paint job, basically. I was always under the impression that New Zealand's were always white with red eyes. And that's not the case. There's black New Zealands. There's all kinds of New Zealands. Have one of the cash belts from Wazoo. They're great belts. Their hats are cool too. They're cool dudes. We shot several videos with them at Overland Expo a few years ago. Ordered a tool bag, a shirt. Can that raid kit bag be painted if you still have it? Could you paint it? Yeah, you could paint it. It's going to look like it's painted. The paint's going to come off and shit, but I don't have it. I don't see any kit bags. I could be wrong. Maybe you know something I don't, or you saw it on the video, or you've already communicated with somebody. But I would tell you that I have 0 kit bags right now. And if you can order one, I don't see one here. I don't think you can get it. Yeah, Byron, man, the rabbits are going to be a game changer, especially if you want to do some gardening. Everything we're looking at right now, and that's why Bob's talking about trees too. Bob bought a bunch of fodder trees. I've got a bunch of fodder trees. And what that means is these trees are very fast growing, and we don't let them get above 4 or 5 feet. So like a willow tree, we literally hack it off about 4 inches, and it shoots up a ton of suckers. And all those suckers branch off other branches and tons of leaves and foliage. And what we're doing is we are putting ourselves in a position so that if pelletized feed gets difficult to get, too expensive, or it takes electricity to make pelletized feed, if the power were to go out any length of time, there wouldn't be any more pelletized feed. And the feed that's sitting in the bags, if you keep it in a very dry, climate controlled warehouse or someplace with air circulation, you don't get too much mold. But if you leave it sit in a building that's hot, cold, it grows mold. Like you open a bag of rabbit feed after a year or so, and it's usually got mold in it. So we're putting in very, very fast trees, very fast growing. We're planting them 6 inches apart in rows, and each row is 8 to 9 feet apart. So we can just come through with a mower even and chop these things down, and then we can feed the leaves and the foliage directly to our animals, or we can stack it up in vats of like IBC totes or big contractor bags or drums, and then you sprinkle in a little, as you're putting it in, you sprinkle in a little sugar and salt, and it starts a fermentation, and that's silage, and you can feed that'll last up to 2 years. How many of you do pull-ups? I am miserable at pull-ups. I have a tear going on in my bicep. I do some pull-ups and some dips, but I have I have like a real piece of gym equipment, so I can remove weight as needed. I have been doing push-ups. I've added push-ups back into my routine. But I use perfect push-ups so that it rotates. It takes a lot of the stress off of my wrists and that bicep issue I have. Why not get a corrugated feed silo and buy feed in bulk? Because it won't, because it molds. I have 2 corrugated silos outside here. I think I want to say they're 20 feet tall. I have 2 of them. Let me see if you can see them. Those shipping containers are 8 or 9. Those are high boxes. So that's 9, 12, 13, 14. I don't know how tall those are. But I have 2 silos. And I've got a buddy that runs the co-op. And I wanted to fill one with cracked corn, you know, scratch, and one with chicken feed. And he said, John, that feed the feed will go bad faster than we'll go through it. I wanted to fill one with dog food too. Bowflex adjustable dumbbells on a bench. Right on, man. Good. Right on. Like, you know what works. You're seeing results. Fucking more power to you, man. Have you tried any of these countertop mini composting machines? No, but they're super gimmicky. Like, it seems like a good idea. They're very expensive. And I have something that you might not have ever heard of. It's called motherfucking outside. And I just put my shit outside. And we don't have to compost out of the kitchen. We have a lot of compost and things on the property. And I have woods all around me. Like, I oftentimes, many times through the year, I'll go out into the forest with a 70-gallon trash can. And I like the 70-gallon because they're square. They're rectangle. I lay them down flat, I take a rake, and I rake leaves in. So I'm adding leaves into the manure. And I will also, many times, I'll cut grass, and I'll cut several rows and blow it up so it piles up, and I'll rake the grass, the fresh green grass, and I'll put that in my compost piles also. So I've got green and brown together. And then I've got all the manure. So all the stuff that we would compost out of the kitchen, it all gets fed to the animals every day. Like, we have a bin, literally, everybody when they're done eating scrapes their plate, except for, like, bones. Because the dogs sometimes will get in there, and I don't let the dogs have any cooked bones. What was I coming out here to show you? This. So it's a dip and pull up, and then it's got all the weight reduction. And while that says 20, it's not 200. It doesn't take 200 pounds off. I don't know what each of those plates are, but 20 takes 112 pounds off. I don't know how they figure that, but. And then these perfect push-ups, these things are great. I have some billet aluminum SOE ones that have combat cocks lasered on them. We never brought them to market, but I do have a working sample upstairs. The bearings in them were so expensive, like I couldn't sell them at the price we were going to have to pay to get them. Benchmark. So this is part of a Cybex. I bought a whole cable crossover. It was like a 7-station, and it had. Well, here's part of it right here. It had this right here. So it's got a pull down, and then this is the prime grip I was using tonight. Well, this afternoon. And then here's another prime. So it's got a low pull and a high pull, and then between it had a cable crossover. And I actually sold the cable crossover because this replaces all of that, and it takes so much less room. Medi, what up, John? Digging the lights. Right on, man. What is your game plan for nuclear war, assuming you survive the initial strike? M1 grandson, I have real shit to worry about. I've not even delved into it. If you're asking for advice, and I have no idea what you know or don't know, but people that are focused on the nuclear war shit, all the dudes I know that are talking about the nuclear war shit, they don't have a year's supply of food. They don't have any fucking garden growing. They don't have any money, capital to do anything with. If you're seriously having the nuclear war conversation, you should be digging something subterranean. You should be putting something in the ground. You should be lining it. Do you have potassium iodide? Do you have that right now? Because you can't fucking get it. But you can get Lugal's iodine solution with potassium in it. You can get an oral version. I take iodine every morning. So, and those pills, those tablets, they say to give them to everybody under 40 first, because it's going to be an accumulative. If you're close enough that it affects you, you're fucked anyways. And if it's long-term sustainable, at 40 years old, you might get sick by the time you're 50, 55, 60 from the radiation, but it's going to be coming out, it's going to be fallout radiation, radioactive particles. You better start thinking about, okay, if I'm worried about that, how am I going to cover my field so that I can grow in it? And they touched on it there was a book called, Tom Sherry wrote it, called Deep Winter, and it's never been put on audiobooks. And it's very hard to find, but they talked about all of that and covering the fields with big silage tarps and stuff. You can buy silage tarps right now. I mean, if we're really having the conversation of what's my plan for nuclear war, you better have something to cover that fucking soil that you're going to be growing in. Iodine supplement is not the same thing as potassium. I am well aware of that, William. I am well aware of it. You can get it in an oral suspension formula right now if you can't get the other. Do you rotate your hand sets with perfect push-ups as you do them, or multiple set stance switch up? I change it all the time, man. It just depends from day to day. Sometimes I'll do them off dumbbells also. Deep Winter was a good read along with other books. Yeah, I haven't seen it in forever, and I don't know why that and Lights Out are not on audiobooks. And back to the potassium iodide thing. I have not listened to the show. Nate, Canadian prepper, had Dr. Bones and Nurse Amy on, and they discussed other alternatives to use if you couldn't get potassium iodide. And they mention it, it's in there. If we're going to have this conversation, you should buy a couple of books. Surviving Nuclear War, it's a green book. You can get it off Amazon. I have it sitting up front here. I am not selling them. Just get it off Amazon. If you go to Amazon, use my link, please. I get a little percentage anything you buy. You still on Black Autumn series? Jeremy, I don't know the answer to that. I'm guessing not. Maybe I didn't ever read it or listen to it. I'm listening currently to, I'm looking for it. Aftermath. Conflicted, Going Home. This is what I'm currently listening to. I don't like listening to like single books. I like to listen to something that I can listen to for, days or weeks at a time, and I feel like I've gone through everything that's out there now. How do you defer the taste of the iodine because it's bad for a long time? Empty. I put 2 drops in and I just drink it. I will helicopter. I'll also mix it in with listen to that chopper. I'll take 16 ounces of water, put 2 scoops of First Form greens supplement in there, OptiGreens, and then I'll put a scoop of Sacred 7 mushroom blend. You could mix that in your coffee and not even know it's in there. And then I'll take a scoop of Onward, and then I'll take 2 drops of iodine and put them in there, and I just drink it. You don't taste it. But I have just put it in water and just got it in me right away so that it was done. And I don't, yeah, you taste it, but it's not bad. I mean, I was just watching Canadian Prepper. I don't have a clue about what he's talking about with this iodine and surviving nuclear war. Chef, the radiation goes to your thyroid, and it causes the thyroid, when it has problems, causes different types of cancers and goiters and stuff. The iodine gets uptake and absorbs in there so that your body cannot uptake radiation, radioactive particles. They won't stick there, so it doesn't, it blocks it and prevents the uptake. Iodine is required for your entire endocrine system to function. When your body, when you drink chlorinated water, and when you drink fluoridated water, chlorine, bromine, fluoride, all those things, those go into your endocrine system and your thyroid, and they prevent you from uptaking iodine and for your body functioning properly. So you want to drink clean water. You want to drink filtered water. Plyometric work, I do not, man. I don't. In a nice hot season, you can compost 55-gallon black plastic drum full of grass trimmings in about a year or two. If you turn them, they'll go. Oh, look at the bioreactor. What am I thinking of? Something Sioux bioreactor. I just drop it on my tongue. Yeah, I wouldn't do that. I would not do that. I would be concerned it would fucking burn me or stain me or something. You'd have fucking iodine stains all around your mouth. Probably getting a lot of regular Fallout questions because Southern Prepper 1 is. Oh, I'm sure, John. I'm 100% sure. I'm positive that it has a lot, because they all are. All of them are. Because it sells. It's click, right? It's click. And every one of them is selling a product. I'm stupid. Like, we saw this shit coming, and I didn't buy potassium iodide. I said, the last time there was a big fucking thing a couple years ago about, we had a power plant possibly, or during Fukushima or something, I said, we should buy a ton of this shit for the next time and just have it. And I didn't. Rogue Preparedness has a great YouTube video on potassium iodide. Awesome, WebDad, good info. Can you build an underground bunker on your land? Could I? Yes, I could. Yeah. I guess the question is for guys asking me, what are you doing about it? What's your plan? Like, what's on your list to get, and what do you already have, and what's your next move? I have a whole lot of shit to worry about that will definitely come to fruition that I'll be better prepared for than worrying about nuclear war right now, which is not going to happen. And if it does, we're all fucked. But people like to talk about it because it's sexy. And it's, it's in all the fucking post-apocalyptic movies. Turn my whole mouth yellow, burn for a C. When I was watching Canadian Prepper, I said to myself, I know John probably has a shit load of that iodine. Yeah. Growing food, learning new skills, refining the old ones, becoming more self-sufficient, self-reliant. That's it exactly. Right? Everybody gets into prepping and they want to buy, 1 million rounds of ammo and, the doomsday truck and all these cool things, right? But they don't have sleeping bags and a buddy heater and a kerosene heater and a wheat mill. They don't have all the basic shit, right? And you in almost every emergency, you're going to use battery-powered shit. No matter what happens, you're going to use battery-powered shit. And if it's in the winter, you're going to need to make some heat. That buddy heater, it's not super cool, but you're going to use it in every one of your emergencies. And the guys want to go do the fun, cool, glamorous shit that their buddies will go, oh, that's most of your boys, when you show them the buddy heater, they're like, oh, that's cool. But when you take them out and you show them your truck on fucking 48s that's all camouflaged out, they're really excited about that shit, you know? You got to think in threes: 3 seconds, 3 minutes, 3 hours, 3 days, 3 months, 3 years. And when you start with 3 seconds, 3 minutes, and 3 days, every emergency beyond there is going to use all of those supplies. So start with the shit that you're going to use in every single instance, not the ones that you will probably never, ever use. Plan is to work on my business and mix sales. Then, if it does hit, then I hope that nuke falls right on top. That's it exactly, man. Japan reporting more Russian ships headed to Ukraine via the waters. Well, I'm glad they're not coming to the United States. What do you think Hunter Biden was doing in Ukraine? What do you think the Bidens have to play in all this? Do you have extra boots, socks, work clothes, replacement? Yeah, exactly, man. If everyone would shut down all the electric in your house, except fridge, freezer, starting Friday afternoon, and go till late Sunday night, also no vehicles, see how you do. Yeah, inside camping. That's what power goes out, you camp inside. And don't even tell them, dude. Go turn your fucking breaker off. Just fucking pull the breakers. Just fucking flip the breakers down. I believe Fallout is overrated. Has been over 1,000 nukes that have been tested. There is all the fallout from those. Yep. All this stuff I'm getting now serve as backups for the electric stuff. Right on. Slim, what's up? Do you think gold standard is coming back? In the United States? No, I don't think so. You see a lot of countries doing that, though. Isn't Russia going back to the gold standard? Didn't I hear that? Do you know why they killed Gaddafi? Because Gaddafi was not going to trade in U.S. dollars. He was going back to the gold standard. And now you've got talk with Saudi Arabia and China about Saudi Arabia not using the U.S. dollar. Well, why would they if the United States isn't buying fucking buying oil from them? How does he do this I definitely don't put it on my fucking tongue. I think Russia was paid by China to invade Ukraine. They want to draw us out and crush us. I don't think so, man. Maybe. And maybe us having a conversation, throwing out all of our fucking ideas is exactly what they want to happen. Maybe. Or maybe all the elites fucking do all their fucking corrupt shit in Ukraine. That was their playground. That's where it launders all their money. Buying a lot of backup for my electric stuff. I don't think gold the way to go to protect cash. Biden and admin sure loading up Iran with money, the enemy of... Here's the problem, guys. All you motherfuckers spent 2 years knowing that they were lying to you over all this fucking COVID bullshit. But now all of a sudden you're going to believe the same fucking people that lied to you for 2 years about the Russia shit? What if Russia's not the fucking bad guy? We didn't have a fucking Russia problem 4 years ago. We only have a Russia problem now with this president, who had people fired in the Ukraine and the Hunter laptop and all the bullshit with fucking Hunter Biden. What's this bullshit coming out now from the White House and from Zelensky that the Russians can hack you and put gay porn on your computer? So if you come up with gay porn, just be aware it might not be real. Like the Russians are going to go to a bunch of trouble to make it look like these people are all gay? Or maybe they know their shit's been hacked and they have a bunch of fucking compromising shit on there. We've already seen that happen with 2 of Hunter's computers. And they didn't fucking do shit about it. Not a fucking thing did they do. The ones in power have their hands dirty since 2004 and even before Clinton, Kerry. But I agree with you, man. And it's not a Republican Democrat thing. Even Trump said, and you'd be in prison. He didn't put that bitch in prison. They didn't even look through her shit. 18-cent federal tax on every gallon of gas we buy. Government should lift the tax if they want the price. They don't want the prices to come down. They want your lives to be fucking difficult and miserable. That way you need them. They want you in breadlines. They want you to lose your house so that you have to be on government assistance. They do not want you profitable. They already have their friends who are profiting. You know, Amazon, Google, Walmart. Those are their buddies. Those are their boys. They rape children altogether. They do not want you and me to have anything of our own. You will own nothing. You will live in the pod. You will eat the bugs and you'll be happy. This is all by design. This is Agenda 21. This is Agenda 2035. This is the Great Reset. Why there's still internet, water, power? Why is the military hardware being used? Old stuff. Exactly. That's the real question. Why hasn't somebody, all those equipment that was in lines, why didn't somebody just drone strike those? Why didn't somebody hit those with an A-10? Why is there still internet? Exactly. Why? It's almost like Biden went over, had that meeting with Putin, and he's like, okay, I'm going to say this, and you say this, you do this, and I'll do this, and this will be your reaction. Watch Adapt 2030 and Ice Age Farmer. Any certain video, I do watch them. Did they put something out today that you're referencing? Yeah, useless feeders. There's a lot of speculation that the weather patterns are changing and they want to kill off a bunch of people. There's a lot of speculation that something is coming towards the earth. You had all those CEOs fucking sell off all their stock, liquidate all their cash into assets. They all built deep underground bunkers. Why? That's just it. The money's in weapons, right? There is no mass war right now. They need another war so they can make more generational wealth. Upcoming recession 2008. Sean, I don't remember the 2008 recession. It didn't, I mean, maybe it, I don't recall it fucking even affecting me. So I'm probably not a good dude to ask about it. 2008, I came home from prison in 2005. I don't remember having a bad year. Every year since I've been home from prison, I have made more money than the year prior. I've never not been able to do pretty much anything I want to do. So I don't remember 2008. It wasn't bad for me. It's all a distraction from the grand master puppeteers so they don't get overthrown. Billy, I believe there's a lot to that, right? They've done such insidious shit to us, and we were starting to wake up. The normal sheep were starting to wake up, realize they're not in the position they were. The prices are going up. That's why they're putting all the extra fencing and walls around the White House. People are pissed, and they're going to start eating those people. So they gave them bread and circuses. That's your Ukraine thing going on right now. Meteors hitting our atmosphere. Yeah, there's supposed to be something huge coming. World War II created company giants and made them super rich. Yes, that's what you're looking at happening now. Biden takes pills for Alzheimer's. Would that surprise you at all? Like, I would just assume that's a given. Callie says they're going to give everyone in their state that owns a car $400 to offset gas prices. Okay. What so? They also said everybody should buy an electric vehicle. Where do they think the electricity comes from? Someone said Biden takes pills for Alzheimer's. Yes, saw it. It was spelled wrong, so you deleted it, I'm assuming. But would it surprise you? Even the companies in Nazi Germany made bank. Yeah, they did. Our U.S. companies all did business with the Nazis. Look up IBM and the Holocaust. It's a book. It's not on audiobooks, but the author was on Glenn Beck's show for 90 minutes. You should listen to that. Ford Motor Corporation, General Motors, IBM, the President of the United States, they were all complicit, not only complicit, instrumental in them fucking setting up the death camps and being able to catalog the Jews. They had patents and copyrights, and IBM sued in German court and won over 250 cases of copyright infringement on the punch clock cards. This is all about very rich people getting much more rich. What if it's this simple, right? Hey, we need to sell a bunch more bombs and tanks and equipment. Okay. I need 10% off the top for the big guy. And then they cause a war. And then they make a bunch more equipment that the United States, they fucking make a bunch more fake money. And out of all the fake money, he gets 10%. And it's not even him. But that's how that shit all works. It's because it's graft. They cause a big fucking calamity. So they print a bunch of money to assist and supposedly fix it. And then they steal half the fucking fake money. Yes, some of the Nazi ovens were made in Ohio. Very true. Bush Jr.'s grandfather worked for the Nazi bank. Do you know who George Soros came from? Do you know what his claim to fame was? You know, he worked with the Nazis. As a child, he was groomed by the Nazis. There's interviews of him saying it himself. Trying to go back and forth with supporting Russia. They condemn the sanctions against Russia, but still allow reporting of Russian war crimes. Do they? I mean, I know we see it that way. How do you know it's not fucking U.S. propaganda? You should know, every one of you should know, not to believe a fucking single thing you see from any media. He was fostered by an SS officer. That's correct. Tax collector. Raytheon, Grumman, and Boeing, so they will look good on the return of their stockholders. Yes, but they all pay to play. So when the government writes those fucking contracts to those companies pay a percentage back. There was a colonel in the Marine Corps. I knew him. Several of the guys knew him. Eagle hired this guy when he got out of the Marine Corps because he would be able to secure contracts for Eagle for the Marine Corps. And he did, a lot of them. I'm telling you this, Eagle's not in business. Everybody knows this happened. You guys probably don't. They all hire people from different places because of their friends and their influence. And they secured a ton of contracts for Eagle. Eagle put him on payroll, Colonel Coates, when he fucking retired from the Marine Corps. That's all true. They just do it on a much larger scale. Does the world go back to gold standard? Joseph, I don't have a fucking... Are you asking me? I don't have a fucking clue, man. I'm the last fucking person you should ask financial advice of. If you saw how I run my finances, you guys would have a fucking heart attack. Is Trump really who they say he is? Who says he is? Like, fuck, they say he's all kinds of shit. I don't think any of them liked Trump. I don't think they expected him to get in there. I don't think any of them fucking liked him. And it could be as simple as the guy running the computer that day thought it'd be funny to fucking put the votes enough for him to get presidency, right? Because we know that shit's all rigged. And he made it difficult. How about Tulsi Gabbard? Are you listening to what she's saying? There's people saying we should charge Tulsi Gabbard with treason. For what? For putting out public what already was out public? Smedley Butler, awarded Medal of Honor twice, I believe, World War I. Talked about how certain people tried to recruit him to overthrow the U.S. government to install a fascist dictatorship. Yeah, what certain people? The CIA, probably? Snowpiercer, yep. Snowpiercer, Hunger Games, that's what's going on. That's the more realistic version of it. What if Putin's just trying to overthrow the New World Order? They couldn't buy Putin, but they bought Biden. What if it's that? I want Trump to be good. What do you give a shit? This whole entire conversation we've had here tonight, it's nothing more than fucking guessing. Like literally, you're guessing. And by doing it, you're putting your fucking energy into that instead of something that will benefit you or make you better. Tomorrow's Friday. What could you have done today and Friday that would make your weekend better so that you can actually achieve some shit this weekend? And if we're talking about fucking Putin or Trump or any of the other fucking motherfuckers who are all making millions of dollars more than you are, yet they fucking steal from you via taxes and fines and levies and all kinds of other shit. The richest motherfuckers in the world steal from you still because that puts you further away from them. It's not about funding projects. They can fund the projects themselves. They steal from you so that you are more controllable. And when you stop worrying about what they're doing, because you can't fucking change it, it doesn't make a fucking bit of difference whether anybody said anything on here that's right about Trump or Putin or any of them. Nothing. It doesn't fucking matter. But you could do something tonight that fucking makes something better in your life. Free ice cream cones. Those tool bags are fire. They are, man. I think they're probably sold out at this point. So we did multicam black tool bags a couple days ago. We kept some of them offline so we could put them on today. So we sent a text message out, and guys got the first batch. Those were gone in minutes. We did multicam black red thread large tool bags. I don't see any here. I'm guessing they've already shipped. We just did multicam black blue thread large tool bags today. Those are probably sold out, but if it's online, if you can order one, it'll ship tomorrow. Here's the red thread ones. I would guess these are sold out, but you can look online. If it'll let you put it in the shopping cart, I wouldn't. Here's something else, guys. When you see these things that are fucking highly sought after, and you put it in your cart, I wouldn't fuck around trying to find some other shit to buy so you think you're saving a few bucks on shipping. Like, if you want that thing, I'd put it in the cart and check out right fucking now. I've got 3 emails from guys today. They're like, hey, I was checking out, and when I went back, it said it was sold out. Yeah, somebody else paid for it before you did. Those are called cart snipers. That's called cart sniping. Somebody wanted it more than you, and they didn't care that they were going to have to pay shipping to get it. That's what happened. Right now, everybody should be behaving as if the dollar is going to collapse in 3 to 6 months. Start preparations. Don't wait. Absolutely. All you motherfuckers having this conversation about a garden, you better start growing some shit. Like, you're not just going to put some shit in there and you're going to fucking produce some food. You need to figure out how you're going to plant. We stagger plant a lot of stuff. We put a lot of stuff in all at once so it all comes fucking ripe at the same time so that we can put it away, dry it, or freeze dry it. And then we have, every couple weeks, I'll plant more of the same thing so I can walk out in the garden and pick it fresh and use it in meals right then also. Like, people have no concept of what producing 50% of their food even looks like how much space that even takes. There is shit right now that's just not at the fucking grocery store. People are just starting to catch on that it's gone. We went 6 months and there wasn't hardly any pasta in our fucking Walmart. Sam's Club just now got spaghetti back. The only pasta I've seen at Sam's Club for the last 5-6 months has been macaroni and cheese. There wasn't, and that's the cheap food. Rice, I haven't seen a 50-pound bag of rice in 6 months. We're doing multicam black orange thread tool bags. So if you think you want one or you missed one of the other ones, watch for these. These will be available tomorrow. I also have Highlander subgun micro rigs. I know somebody had emailed about one. We made them today. They've just got to clean them and put the lids in them. And these are online. You can order them right now. I've got multicam patrol subloads. If you order those, one will ship. We'll ship you one tomorrow morning. Like, you'll get this shit Monday or Tuesday probably. Have I thought about buying a dehydrator, Sean? I have a dehydrator. I have an Excalibur dehydrator. I have a Harvest Right freeze dryer. I have a chamber vacuum sealer. I have the large Harvest Right. No 50-pound bags of rice for months. I've looked almost every... Me too, Chuck. But I've been buying 25-pound bags of rice. Produce Manager Kroger, I try to keep up with what's available and what isn't. There's a dude that's got a prepper channel that's a manager at some grocery store. Puts it up every day what shortages are. What I was trying to say, I don't trust any of them, even Trump, but I would like for him to be, you can trust it. I'm with you, Chris. I agree. The only president, since I have been alive, and definitely since I've been in business, the only president that did anything that made things better for me was Trump. The chamber vacuum sealers are definitely the best. The vacuum sealers you get at like Lowe's and Sam's Club and Costco, the VacMaster, I don't know what brand they are. They're trash. VacMaster is the gold standard. Webstaurant has a no-name brand, like a generic of it, that gets very good reviews. And VacMaster, like this is the 215. They make a 4500 that's like 4 times bigger. People also don't realize that you can vacuum seal jars in these too. You can also do instant marinades. If you put your marinade in your meat and you vacuum seal that thing, it infuses the meat. Like you don't have to marinate meat 24 hours with this thing. You can do pickled onions like in seconds with these. Saltine crackers have been impossible. Somebody said something about that last night. Rich Elby asked me about it. And I asked Amanda, and she's like, we don't even go down that aisle. But I've heard several people now say there hasn't been salt. It's like the company's out of business. We were also at a restaurant supply place yesterday, day before, and Amanda pointed out they didn't have saltine brand crackers, but they had a bunch of fucking saltine crackers in bulk. What freeze dryer do you use? The only one that's available to you, St. Jacobson. It's the Harvest Right freeze dryer. There is literally nothing else on the market that you and I can go buy until you spend over $50,000. And that's chicken. Amanda just cooked all that chicken tonight. And that's freeze dried. That's cooked chicken breast. That's 20 pounds of chicken breast. And she cooked it in 2 big, huge pots. And now it's freeze drying. It'll finish up in about 36 hours. All right, guys, I'm out of here. Have a good night. If you're going to get stuck on fucking social media, at least read something that's going to make you a little bit better. Don't argue with a motherfucker you don't know. You don't have to change anybody's mind. Don't even fucking reply to comments on people. If you don't know them, don't fucking start typing. And only read shit. Like literally in the middle of reading something, ask yourself, am I being programmed? Can I affect this? And does what I'm putting in me make me better? Like, you literally have to do that. Like, you guys don't even realize 50% of the shit you read fucking sidetracks you and deters you and doesn't add fucking anything to you. And that's what social media is doing to you.